So I'm just going to do a little test on, this is called the Ober test. So this is testing the glute medius tension. So I'm going to get you to bend that knee right up. And what I'm looking at here is how tight is this. So we're actually doing it on the less tight side. So I'm just holding on to this, and I'm going to let that knee drop down towards the table. You're actually quite good. I see people when it's right up here, you let go of the knee and you let it sink down, and that will give you an idea. So
is this Ober or modified Ober? There's two variations of it, aren't there?
That one's probably modified, yeah. Can you lie on the other side? Let's just do it on the other side just to see whether, so we bring this leg up and just let that relax there. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more tension down this side. So we've got tightness in the left hamstring, tightness in the left gluteal muscle. So we're building a picture up of how much muscle tension there is. Okay, let's do another test. I'm going to get you to come and sit onto the table. We're going to do what's called the modified Thomas test. So if I lift the table up a little bit. This test is looking at how tight your hip flexor is. You can look at three things really: the rectus femoris, the iliotibial band, and the hip flexor. So I'm going to get you to sit a bit more on the edge, Jack, so almost falling off, and then lie back and bring your right knee up towards your chest. Or that's it. Okay, so what we're looking at here is the hip flexor on this side sitting flat, which it is. It's not deviating, so there's not too much tension on the iliotibial band, but the rectus femoris muscle here is very tight. The knee should be really about 90 degrees. So again, there's this tension down this left side.
Okay.
It's not as bad. I was expecting it to be a little bit more deviated like that, given...
So the whole upper leg laterally deviated?
Yeah, because if the iliotibial band is tight, it'll cause that to sort of drift.
Again, can we do it on the other leg so the camera can see it? Because it's,
So if we're doing that, we're looking at how much this deviates out. So if there's a lot of tension in the iliotibial band, and there's potentially overactivity, shortening and tightening of the glute muscle, you'll see it doing that. And if it's the hip flexor, you'll see it sitting up like that.
Yeah.
On this side, the rectus femoris, the thigh muscle, is not as tight as it was on this side because his knee is pretty much hanging down, whereas on the other side, it's staying quite flexed.
How critical is the angle of the untested leg?
Well, this isn't too bad, actually.
I mean, where do you hold this leg to make sure it's not influencing what happens to the other side?
When you hold this leg?
Yeah.
Well, I tend to just hold it on.
Just keep it at 90 degrees in the hip flexion.
Yeah, exactly. You can, but the other thing is you can turn this into a treatment. So, if we say hypothetically the hip flexor was very tight up here, you can then turn it into a muscle energy technique where you're getting the patient to push against you, and you're stretching this out. And then you can also do it with you bend the knee and you can stretch out rectus femoris. So you can turn the test into a treatment effectively.
Yes.